Hey, what's up, summoners? Welcome back to another Wild Rift video. I'm Inner Peace, and today, we're diving into the complete magic itemization guide that will elevate your game. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the myriad of options in your loadout, you're in the right place. With so many items, costs, stats, passives, and actives to navigate, it can be tough to know exactly what to build and when. But fear not, I'm here to simplify that process for you. In this guide, we'll focus on magic items, but stay tuned for future videos covering physical items, tank items, and boots to complete your itemization strategy. So, if you want to stay ahead of the curve, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Nashor's Tooth costs 3,000 gold and provides 25 ability haste and 50% attack speed, with its unique passive magic Fang granting 30 attack damage or 60 ability power adaptive. Additionally, its Gnaw passive causes basic attacks against champions to deal 15 bonus magic damage, scaling with 25% bonus AD and 25% AP. Adaptive means the item provides either attack damage or ability power, depending on the champion's primary stat. This item excels with champions who benefit from on-hit magic damage and attack speed, and it pairs well with Runon's Hurricane, Blade of the Ruined King, and Riftmaker. Imagine your team is full AD, and the enemy is stacking armor. Building this item adds bonus magic damage on each attack, helping to bypass the enemy's armor. Ideal for champions like Kayle, Teemo, Diana, and Echo, along with others mentioned in the caption. Riftmaker costs 3,200 gold and grants 80 ability power, 15 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, 150 health, and 13% Omnivamp. Void Corruption, which generates a stack every second in champion combat, stacking up to 3 times. Each stack grants 2.5% bonus damage, up to 9%, which then converts into true damage. Use Riftmaker in long fights to build stacks for extra damage and true damage, and heal with Omnivamp. It's perfect for champions who thrive in extended battles. Pair it with items like Liandry, Rylai's Crystal Scepter, or Deathcap for enhanced sustained damage. Against enemies with Force of Nature, Mercury's Treads, and high magic resistance, Riftmaker's 9% true damage helps you cut through their defenses and deal consistent damage. It is ideal for champions like Mordekaiser, Gwen, and Singed. Rabadon's Deathcap costs 3,400 gold and provides 100 ability power, 7% magic penetration, and its passive, Overkill, grants an additional 20% to 45% ability power based on your level. This item is suited for champions with strong ability power scaling, as it amplifies the effects of abilities, items, and runes with higher ratios. It's best purchased after acquiring a decent amount of ability power, since its value increases as your AP grows. Build it as your third item when you need a massive AP boost to enhance your damage. It's great on champions like Akali, Veigar, Ahri, and even supports like Nami or Lulu. Use it when you're ahead to snowball or to maximize scaling from other AP items like Riftmaker, Luden, and Harmonic Echo. If you're behind and need to survive burst damage or crowd control, choose Crown. For AD damage protection, opt for Crystaline Reflector. Luden's Echo provides 85 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 300 mana, with its passive Discordic Echo, causing your movement and ability casts to generate stacks of discord. At 100 stacks, your next damaging ability consumes them to deal 110, 10% AP bonus magic damage to the target and up to 3 nearby enemies. Build Luden's Echo when you need a boost to your burst damage and mana. Opt for Luden's if you want extra burst and ability haste to enhance your spell rotation and clear waves quickly. If you need survivability against assassins or crowd control in the early game, go for Crown of the Shattered Queen instead. This item is ideal for mages with high burst potential like Ahri, Syndra, or Ziggs. Archangel's Staff costs 2,950 gold and provides 35 ability power, 20 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, and 500 mana. Its passive, Awe, boosts ability power by 1% of your max mana and refunds 25% of mana spent. The mana charge effect stacks up to 700 mana and transforms into Seraph's Embrace, which increases mana to 1200, enhances Awe to 3%, and grants a shield below 35% health. Build Tear of the Goddess early to start stacking mana to 700 before upgrading to items like Archangel's Staff. This is crucial for maximizing your mana pool and ability power, especially for mana-hungry champions like Ziggs, Orianna, and Kassadin. Purchasing Tear first is important, as it allows you to ramp up your mana before you need the benefits of Archangels, particularly since Seraph's Embrace provides a shield that activates when you're below 35% health. In team fights, use the shield from Seraph's Embrace when low on health to stay in the fight longer. Remember that Tear items are unique, so you can't build Archangels with other Tear upgrades like Manamune or Winter's Approach. The Lifeline passive on Seraphs shares a cooldown with items like Sterak's Gauge, Mantle, or Immortal's Shield Bow, allowing only one Lifeline passive to activate at a time. Crown of the Shattered Queen costs 3,000 gold and provides 60 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 7% magic penetration. Its passive, Safeguard, grants a spell shield that blocks the next hostile ability, and when broken, gives 50% damage reduction for 1 second, with 40-second cooldown. The Poise passive adds 20 ability power, while Safeguard is active and reduces its cooldown by 4 seconds with damaging abilities against champions. Build this item when facing burst damage and crowd control heavy opponents such as Yone, Morgana, Blitzcrank. It's beneficial for any mage or AP assassins such as Akali and Evelynn, helping them survive high-pressure situations while maintaining damage output. This item works well with Ingenious Hunter Rune, enhancing cooldown reduction on Safeguard. Awakened Soulstealer costs 3,000 gold and provides 65 ability power, 20 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, and 150 health. Its passive, Soul Hunt, grants an additional 15 magic penetration, while Soul Flare reduces your ability's cooldowns by 25% when you secure takedowns against enemy champions within 3 seconds of damaging them. This item is particularly strong for champions that rely on their ultimate or key abilities to make plays in team fights. The cooldown reduction from Soul Flare allows you to spam your abilities, especially ultimate, more frequently after takedowns. Use this item to chain kills and dominate extended fights, making it highly effective in team fights. It's beneficial for mages or AP assassins like Akali and Evelynn, helping them survive high-pressure situations while keeping up their damage output. Best suited for champions with impactful ultimates, such as Vladimir, Lissandra, Kennen, Gragas, and Annie, who excel at maintaining pressure through cooldown resets in fights. Infinity Orb costs 3,000 gold and provides 85 ability power, 7% magic penetration, and 2 unique passives. Destiny, which grants 5% movement speed, and Balance, offering 15 magic penetration. The passive Inevitable Demise causes your abilities to critically strike for 20% bonus damage against enemies below 35% health. Infinity Orb is great for mages aiming to finish off low-health enemies and enhance wave clear, while the flat magic penetration helps early game against enemy champions. Typically built as a second item, it also provides movement speed for better positioning. Use this item to secure kills and clear waves effectively. However, if you're behind, consider more defensive options to avoid being one-shotted, such as Rod of Ages or Crown. If the enemy team is tanky, prioritize items like Liandry to deal better with HP stackers. Lich Bane costs 2,950 gold and provides 80 ability power, 10 ability haste, and 7% magic penetration. Its passive, Bane, grants 5% movement speed, while Spellblade causes your next basic attack after using an ability to deal bonus magic damage equal to 75% base AD and 50% AP, with a cooldown of 1.5 seconds. This damage is reduced to 50% against structures. Lich Bane is perfect for burst mages, enhancing your next basic attack after using an ability for extra damage. The movement speed boost aids in positioning and chasing. Build this item to increase damage output and capitalize on ability combos, especially against squishy targets. Lich Bane is great for Fizz, Akali, Gragas, Kassadin, Diana, Lux, Zoe, Echo, and Twisted Fate, who can leverage its burst damage and mobility for securing kills. The Spellblade passive is unique to Lich Bane, Trinity Force, and Iceborne Gauntlet. Don't build them together. Only one can be active, wasting gold and reducing damage. Cosmic Drive costs 2.8k gold and provides 75 ability power, 30 ability haste, and 7% magic penetration. Its passive Hyperdrive grants 5% movement speed, while Spellweaving gives bonus movement speed of 30 plus 70% of the ability haste when damaging an enemy champion with abilities or empowered attacks, decaying over 2 seconds with a 1-second cooldown per source. Cosmic Drive is perfect for burst mages who frequently cast abilities. It boosts ability power and haste, increasing damage output while enhancing mobility. Use the movement speed from Hyperdrive and Spellweaving to chase or reposition quickly in fights, maximizing pressure and engagement on multiple targets. Cosmic Drive works well on champions like Fizz, Zoe, Diana, Akali, Kassadin, Gwen, and Gragas, who benefit from increased ability power, haste, and mobility to enhance their burst potential and engage effectively in fights. Ability haste from items increases your movement speed boost when damaging enemies. This boost does not include ability haste from the Transcendence Rune or Phase Rush. Horizon Focus costs 2.9k gold and grants 80 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 7% magic penetration. Its Hypershot passive increases damage dealt by 9% when you hit an enemy from over 600 units away, revealing them for 6 seconds. The focus effect also reveals nearby enemies within 1,200 units for 2 seconds and has a 15-second cooldown. Horizon Focus is great for long-range mages. Its Hypershot passive boosts damage against targets hit from over 600 units away by 9%, benefiting your entire team. The reveal effect enhances map awareness and helps prevent ambushes. Build this item to maximize damage and utility during skirmishes, especially with poke-heavy champions. Horizon Focus synergizes with Mark of the Weak and Ingenious Hunter for maximum damage. 9% team-wide damage boost from Hypershot combines with Mark of the Weak's bonus, up to 7%. Champions like Ziggs, Lux, Zoe, Orianna, Syndra, and Janna can frequently proc Hypershot with their long-range abilities, making the most of the 9% damage amplification and the reveal effect. Build Horizon Focus to enhance poke and team-wide damage in skirmishes. It's best as a second or third item after your core damage items. Morellonomicon costs 2,600 gold and grants 75 ability power, 20 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, and 150 health. Its passive, Affliction, inflicts 50% grievous wounds on enemy champions for 3 seconds when you deal magic damage, reducing their healing and regeneration. Start with Oblivion Orb to counter healing from sources like Harmonic Echo, Riftmaker, Bloodthirster, Immortal's Shield Bow, Divine Sunderer, Sundered Sky. Then complete Morellonomicon as your last item to maximize your damage against champions with strong healing, such as Aatrox, Vladimir, Volibear, Darius, Mordekaiser, Nami, and Soraka. Morellonomicon is a cost-effective AP item at 2.6k gold, making it accessible for any AP champion, while offering solid ability power and healing reduction. Liandry's Torment costs 3,000 gold and grants 75 ability power and plus 200 health. Its passive, Torment, inflicts a burn that deals magic damage equal to 0.4% plus 0.5% per 100 AP of the target's maximum health per second for 3 seconds when you deal ability damage or empowered attacks. Liandry's Torment is effective for any AP champion against high health targets, but it shines with champions like Brand, Zyra, Mordekaiser, Aurelion Sol, Amumu, Morgana, and Singed. These champions can maximize the burn damage against tanky opponents, making it a core part of your build when facing enemies with substantial health pools. Use it to maintain pressure and deal consistent damage in fights. Prioritize it if the enemy team features champions like Volibear, Dr. Mundo, Swain, or any heavy frontliners specially against Heartsteel. Liandry's Torment scales with AP and enemy health, making it less effective early game when foes have low health. Other mage items may deal more damage in that phase. It also synergizes well with the Giant Slayer rune for better performance against tanky champions. Rod of Ages costs 2.8k gold and provides 60 ability power, 7% magic penetration, 250 health, and 300 mana. Its unique passive, Eternity, restores mana equal to 15% of incoming damage from champions and heals for 20% of mana spent, up to 25 per cast. It also gains bonuses every 40 seconds, stacking up to 10 times for a maximum of 250 bonus health, 100 bonus mana, and 60 ability power. Prioritize this item on mages who thrive in extended fights and need extra durability. Aim to complete it early to maximize its stacking potential, enhancing your late-game performance significantly. Avoid building Rod of Ages with Redemption or Abyssal Mask. They share the same passive, Eternity, and only one will activate it. Rod of Ages is a great item when you're struggling early and facing a lot of assassins. It pairs well with items like Seraph's Embrace and Crystaline Reflector, making it a solid choice for champions like Kassadin, Orianna, Diana, and others mentioned in the caption. Crystaline Reflector costs 3,000 gold and provides 70 ability power, 40 armor, 7% magic penetration, and 200 health, with a unique passive called Mirrored Force that reduces physical damage taken by 8 to 25 when casting abilities, and retaliates by dealing magic damage to the attacker based on your ability power and bonus health. Crystaline Reflector is ideal for AP champions facing physical damage. Use it to reduce incoming damage and retaliate with magic damage based on your AP and health. Keep casting abilities to maintain stacks of its passive, making it effective against AD-heavy teams and physical burst champions. Pair with health-boosting items for maximum benefit, like Rod of Ages. Crystaline Reflector is great on Mordekaiser, Kassadin, Orianna, and Akali, as they benefit from its armor, ability power, and passive for mitigating physical damage and dealing retaliatory magic damage. Pair Crystaline Reflector with steel caps for extra physical damage, mitigation, and survivability. Rylai's Crystal Scepter grants 70 ability power and 350 health, with a unique passive that causes damaging active abilities to slow enemies by 30% for 1 second. Only one Rylai's Crystal Scepter can be built at a time. Rylai's Crystal Scepter is ideal for AP champions like Singed, Aurelion Sol, Mordekaiser, Zyra, Brand, Swain, and Morgana. It boosts ability power and health while providing a slow on damaging abilities, enhancing crowd control and survivability. Use this item to secure kills and control the battlefield, maximizing your impact in team fights. Psychic Projector costs 3,100 gold and grants 60 ability power, 15 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, and 300 health, with a unique passive conversion that provides bonus ability power based on 3% of your bonus health. Its projection passive, which gives a shield upon taking damage from champions, scaling with your AP and bonus health, with a 3-second cooldown. Ranged champions receive 60% of the shield's strength. Psychic Projector is ideal for AP bruisers like Mordekaiser, Swain, Gwen, Jax, and Diana, who benefit from both ability power and health. The passive conversion synergizes with health items like Rod of Ages and Heartsteel, converting bonus health into additional AP. The projection passive provides a shield when taking damage, scaling with both AP and health, giving extra survivability in extended fights. Pair this item with the Ingenious Hunter rune to reduce the shield's cooldown, maximizing its uptime in skirmishes. Prioritize it when building tanky AP champions who thrive in close combat and need consistent protection. Oceanid's Trident costs 2,600 gold and provides 80 ability power, 10 ability haste, 7% magic penetration, and 200 health with the unique passive Lethal Weapon, which reduces enemy shields when you deal ability damage. Single target abilities reduce shields by 40% plus 5% per 100 AP, up to 60%, while area of effect abilities reduce shields by 25% plus 5% per 100 AP, capped at 45% for 3 seconds. Oceanid's Trident counters shield-heavy champions like Mordekaiser, Lulu, Diana, Janna, Blitzcrank, Yone, Yasuo, and Lux, as well as items like Sterak's Gauge, Psychic Projector, Immortal Shield Bow, Fimbulwinter, and Seraph's Embrace. Its passive Lethal Weapon reduces enemy shields on ability damage by mages, making it easier to burst through shields. Harmonic Echo grants 75 ability power, 10 ability haste, and 300 mana with a unique passive called Harmonic Echo that allows your movement and ability cast to generate stacks of harmony up to 100 times. At maximum stacks, your next heal or shield ability on an ally consumes the stacks to heal for 130 plus 10% AP and affects up to 3 surrounding allies. This item synergizes well with the Revitalize rune. Harmonic Echo is perfect for support and utility champions like Nami, Soraka, and Janna, providing substantial healing to allies. Stack harmony through movement and ability cast to maximize the healing effect, benefiting your team in skirmishes. Pair it with Mejai and Rabadon's Deathcap for this increased healing power, and consider building it as a first or second item to enhance your team's sustainability during fights. Ardent Censer costs 2.8k gold and provides 55 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 250 health, with a unique passive that grants 5% movement speed and enhances allied champions for 6 seconds when you heal or shield them, granting 15% to 40% bonus attack speed and 20 to 40 bonus magic damage on hit, scaling with level. Ardent Censer is perfect for support champions like Nami, Janna, Lulu, Soraka, and Karma, enhancing allies with attack speed and bonus magic damage when you heal or shield them. Prioritize it on hypercarry champions to maximize their damage output. The added movement speed helps with positioning, making it essential when your team includes auto-attack-based champions for sustained fights. Timing your heals or shields to activate the buff during skirmishes can significantly boost your team's overall damage output. Build Ardent Censer as a first or second item, especially if your team has strong auto-attack champions. Staff of Flowing Waters grants 65 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 350 mana, with a unique passive called Rapids that provides both you and the healed or shielded ally with 20 ability haste and 20 to 40 ability power for 6 seconds, scaling with the target's level. Staff of Flowing Waters is ideal for support champions like Nami, Soraka, Lulu, Melio. When you heal or shield an ally, both of you gain ability haste and bonus ability power, enhancing your healing and damage. Build it when your team has a caster-focused composition, such as with champions like Veigar, Kennen, or Orianna, as it maximizes your effectiveness in team fights and allows for frequent ability use, making it perfect for sustained engagements. Imperial Mandate provides 40 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 200 health, with a unique passive called Coordinated Fire that causes abilities that slow or immobilize enemies to deal bonus magic damage and mark them for 4 seconds. Allied champions damaging marked enemies consume the mark for additional bonus magic damage and grant both champions 20% bonus movement speed for 2 seconds. Imperial Mandate is ideal for support champions like Rakan, Janna, Nami, Leona, Nautilus, and Ashe. Use your slow or crowd control abilities to trigger Coordinated Fire, dealing bonus magic damage and granting movement speed to allies. Build it when your team relies on CC and high damage champions to maximize effectiveness in skirmishes and team fights. Mejai's Soulstealer grants 25 ability power, 7% magic penetration, and 70 health. It provides 3 stacks per kill, 4 for ranged, and 2 per assist, with a max of 30 stacks. You lose 10 stacks on death. Each stack gives 5 AP up to 150, and at 10 stacks, you get 10% bonus movement speed. It's a high-risk, high-reward item for champions who can snowball. Ideal for mobile champions like Evelynn, Diana, and Echo, or Poke support champions like Lux, Nami, and Lulu. Focus on getting early kills and assists, and play cautiously to maintain stacks for max power. To wrap things up, mastering the various magic items in Wild Rift can significantly enhance your gameplay and overall effectiveness in matches. Each item offers unique benefits and strategic advantages, so choose those that align with your champion's strengths and your team's needs. Focus on adapting your build based on the game flow and enemy compositions to maximize your impact in fights. I hope you found this guide helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and I'll see you in the next video.